good Wednesday evening to you. It is weather for Weather Geeks time here at 7 p.m. on Wednesday evening. We are finally seeing some legit light rainfall across the area. It's been a little bit of a struggle today. I talked about this last evening, that we might not see a whole lot of rain during the daylight hours today. I saw a lot of pretty wet forecasts out there on the internet and on television last evening, but our forecast was not quite that wet, and that ended up being the right call today. It looked threatening at times, but not much more than sprinkles and light showers here and there, but some steadier light rain now pushing in on our Briarfield Healthcare Center's weather camera as the atmosphere moistens up this evening. Our dew point trend has been up over the last several hours. Our dew points are now sneaking into the lower 60s. The atmosphere is moistening up, and so the rain's having an easier time making it to the ground. All of this is still pretty light and nothing too crazy, and thunder and lightning does not seem especially likely this evening. It's been raining most of the day out in central and western Ohio, Columbus and Mansfield and Lima, down towards Dayton. And this batch of steadier rain will be around for a few hours this evening before tapering off some as we head through the overnight. Once again today, the severe weather concerns are primarily focused across New Mexico and Texas. As the weather pattern shifts over the next several days, the threat for severe weather will also diminish in those locations as a heat dome builds over the eastern two-thirds of the country. So, yeah, some steady light rain for a time this evening. I think this becomes more scattered or intermittent as we head through the overnight tonight. I can't rule out a clap of thunder, but I think it's a low chance. It's going to be a warm night. We'll wake up tomorrow morning with temperatures near 60. All right, I mentioned yesterday that I would not be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center today expanded the low-end 1 out of 5 severe weather risk a little farther to the west, and actually they drew it almost exactly how I outlined it last evening, capturing more of southeast Ohio, West Virginia, western PA. Around here, I'm not real concerned about hail and damaging winds. Could have some real gully washers if we get some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. The main threat with those may actually be, if they don't move very fast, some very localized flash flooding. It's a low confidence thing at this point, but I think overall our risk of traditional severe weather, hail, damaging winds, it's very, very low. All right, so it's going to be a fairly cloudy day tomorrow, so the instability won't be through the roof tomorrow, but still, a couple of slow-moving storms tomorrow afternoon, a possibility. Our highest chance for thunderstorms will be during the second half of the day as this cold front slowly meanders eastward. It'll very slowly push east then tomorrow night. Friday could start with some fog and maybe some patches of mist or drizzle. I think there'll be some residual low-level moisture stuck underneath an inversion as the atmosphere dries from above. Some low-level moisture might lead to some fog, especially in the river valleys Friday morning. And then we'll see a partly to mostly sunny sky. Now, I can't rule out a stray shower or storm in the afternoon as this kind of secondary feature moves through, but it's a 10 or 20% chance kind of thing at this point. And then all systems go for heat and sunshine as we head into the weekend. Dew points will stay elevated through tomorrow and tomorrow evening. They'll start to come down, and so by the afternoon Friday, dew points will mix down into the mid-50s. Really, as we head through the weekend and the heat builds, the humidity is not much of a story just yet. That'll change early next week. I think it'll turn legit muggy once again Monday, and especially into Tuesday and Wednesday. And with temperatures in the upper 80s to around 90, this will be our first bona fide very hot and humid stretch of the season. In fact, we've got an official heat wave in the forecast. Just a reminder, in our part of the country, we generally consider a heat wave as 3 or more consecutive days with temperatures at or above 90. We have barely 90 in our forecast, but if this forecast were to verify perfectly, we would officially have a heat wave during next week. And I mentioned last evening, we're a little ahead of schedule if we hit 90 early next week, but only a little bit. Our 30-year average is around the solstice, around June 21st, 22nd. Last year we had our first 90 a little earlier, back in the final week of May. We average about 8 90-degree days each year here in our area. Last year we had a big year. We had about 15 90-degree days last year. All right, that'll do it for me on Weather for Weather Geeks this evening. Hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday night, and hope you'll tune in tonight if you're up late. 21 News at 11, I'll have a fresh radar update and hour-by-hour forecast for your Thursday.